नाम जो गावे सोई तरे, कल कलेश सब नाश, सुख पावे सब दुख हरे। ऐसा नाम अपार कोई भेद न जानई, जो जाने सो पार बहुल न जग में जन्मई। राधा स्वामी गाय कर जन्म सुफल कर ले, यही नाम निज नाम है मन अपने धर ले। बैठक स्वामी अद्भुति राधा निरख निहार, और न कोई लख सके शोभा अगम अपार। गुप्त रूप जहाँ धारिया राधा स्वामी नाम, बिना में हर नहीं पावे जहाँ कोई विश्राम। करू बंदगी राधा स्वामी आगे, जिन पर ताप जीव बहु जागे। बारंबार करो प्रणाम, सद्गुरु पद्म धाम सतनाम। आदि अनादि जुगदि अनाम, संत स्वरूप छोड़ निज धाम। आवे भवजल नाव लगाए, हमसे जीवन लिया चढ़ाई। शब्द बिढ़ाया सुरत बताई, कर्म भरम से लिया बचाई। कोटि कोटि करु वंदना, अरब खरब दंडोत। राधा स्वामी मिल गए, खोला भक्ति कसोत। भक्ति सुनाई सबसे न्यारी, वेद कते बनता ही विचारी। सत्य पुरुष जो थे परवासा, संतन का वह सदा विलासा। सो घर दर्शाया गुरुपुरे, लीन बजे जहाँ अचरज दूरे। आगे अलग पुरुष दरबारा, देखा जाए सुरत सिसारा। किस पर अगम लोक न्यारा, संत सुरत कोई करत विहारा। कहाँ से दर से अटल अटारी, अद्भुत राधा स्वामी महल सवारी। सूरत हुई अति कर मगनानी, पुरुष नामी जाए समानी। करू बंदगी राधा स्वामी आगे, जिन पर ताप जीव बहु जागे। बारंबार करू प्रणाम, सद्गुरु पद्म धाम सतनाम। करू बंदगी राधा स्वामी आगे, बार बार कर जोर कर सविनय करो पुकार। साधु संग मही देवनित, परम गुरु दातार। कृपा सिंधु समर्थ पुरुष, आदि अनादि अपार। राधा स्वामी परम पितु, मैं तुम सदा आधार। बार बार बर जाऊं तन मन और चरण पार। क्या मुखले मैं गाऊं, मेहर करी जस कृपा करो। धन्य धन्य गुरुदेव, दया सिंधु पुरन धनी। नित्य करो तुम सेवा, अचल भक्ति महि देव प्रभु। दीनया दीनया नाथ, हाथ हाथ मयान कर। अब राखो नित साथ, दीन दयाल कृपा निधि। काम क्रोध मद लोभ, सब विधि अब गुण हार में। प्रभु राखो मेरी लाज, तुम द्वारे अब मैं पड़ा। राधा स्वामी गुरु समर्थ, तुम बिन और न दूसरा। अब करो दया पर तग्श, तुम द्वारे विलंब क्यों। दया करो मेरे साइया, देहो प्रेम की दार। दुख सुख कछु व्यापी नहीं, छूटे सब उत्पात। दया करो मेरे साइया, देव प्रेम की दार, दुख सुख कुछ व्यापी नहीं, छूटे सब उत्पाद, बार बार कर जोर कार, सविनय करो पुकार, साधु संग महि देव नित, परम गुरु दातार, साधु संग महि देव नित, परम पिता। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेव महेश्वर, गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानोदयन्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सागरजन्मं व्याप्तं येन कृष्णं चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चिद्रूपेण परिव्याप्तं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। न गुरुरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरुरधिकं तपः, तत्त्वज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। मन्नाथो श्री जगन्नाथो मद्गुरु श्री जगद्गुरु, मदात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुरादिनादिश्व गुरु परमदैवतं, गुरु परतरं नास्ति तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं, गण्डातीतं गगनसदृशं दत्तमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्, एकं नित्यं गगनमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं, भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं त्वां नमामि, सद्गुरुं त्वां नमामि, सद्गुरुं त्वां नमामि।
शानुदा, शनुदा, मैंने आपको co-host बना दिया है. I think you can unmute.
Jai Guru everyone. We'll start with the Holy Book reading for today. So the first one will go to Payan Barmanda from Montreal for Satyanusaran English reading.
Hello, I am Doipayan Burman. I am reading from the Holy Book, Satyanusaran in English translation. Oh, you who would be devotees, be with hope for name and riches. Don't make me your Lord and Master. Beware, if mastery within awakens not, Master center none you have, and deceiving you shall be deceived. After taking the shelter of a true master, think independently and express your own opinions respectfully. Reading books don't become like a book, but try to breathe its essence in your bones. Pull the husk to draw the sea.
Jai Guru. Next is a reading from Nariniti by Momitama.
Joy Guru. Women's Code. O my daughter, let your service, way of conducting yourself, thoughts and words, induce such an impulse among men in general that they regard fully kneeling before you with heads bent, become charmed, enlightened, satisfied, and gratified in calling you in a deeply reverential tone, my mother, my progenitress. Then only you are a daughter, then only you are a chaste woman. Madness of sadness, constant talk of faults and sorrow makes a man unsympathetic. As a man doesn't want faults and sorrow from you, he desires life, joy, good name, and elevation. If he does not get this from you, there will be no one to be your own. Everyone will slip away and drop out. You will see verse number 32. Joy Guru.
Jai Guru. Next is reading from our Principle of Health and Hygiene by P. Sahada.
Hello, Jai Guru. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, Jai Guru, we can all hear you well. Please go ahead.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm reading from Principles of Health and Virtues by Parampramamoy Sri Sri Thakur Kulchandra. When health breaks, inflammation of uneasiness increases. Keep an eye to improve your health with appropriate arrangement and behavior. Inflammation would vanish gradually. Verse number 19. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Jai Guru to everyone, and welcome to our first bi-weekly Satsang of Montreal for this month. I believe everyone is keeping healthy and doing well by grace of our love Lord. Today is a special day for me and my family, because today was a day when last year we got initiated from our beloved SPR Sanjeev Da. So we have just completed 1 year after joining this big umbrella of Satsang. So, and secondly, I'm very happy to announce that we have been blessed with a baby boy this month by the grace of our love Lord, and both mother and baby, they are doing good. I hope everyone is keeping fine. So with that, let's start with our today's satsang. And for that, we'll be going to birthplace of our love Lord, Bangladesh. And from there, we have Dev Diyuti Dharma, and she's going to present a beautiful song.
জয় গুরু দাদা।
Jai Guru Dada.
জয় গুরু।
Jai Guru.
জয় গুরু। উপস্থিত সবাইকে আমার আনন্দিত জয়গুরু জানাচ্ছি। যে গানটি পরিবেশন করব সেটি পরম পূজ্যপাদ আচার্যদেব শ্রী শ্রী দাদার লেখা এবং সুর পূজ্যপাদ বাবাই দাদার। ওগো চির সুন্দর প্রাণারাম, কোটি প্রণাম পাই, কোটি প্রণাম। ওগো চির সুন্দর প্রাণারাম, কোটি প্রণাম পাই, কোটি প্রণাম, কোটি প্রণাম পাই, কোটি প্রণাম, কোটি প্রণাম পাই, কোটি প্রণাম। যোগীর শিবাঞ্চিত প্রাণারাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়, কোটি প্রণাম। যোগীর শিবাঞ্চিত প্রাণারাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়, কোটি প্রণাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়, কোটি প্রণাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়, কোটি প্রণাম। ওগো চির সুন্দর প্রাণারাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়, কোটি প্রণাম। সকল পথের শেষ তোমাতে স্বামী, নানা রূপে তোমারে অন্তর্যামী। সকল পথের শেষ তোমাতে স্বামী, নানা রূপে তোমারে অন্তর্যামী। চিরদিন পুঁজি মোরা নয়নাভিরাম, চিরদিন পুঁজি মোরা নয়নাভিরাম। তোমারে প্রণাম করি, কোটি প্রণাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়ে, কোটি প্রণাম। ওগো চির সুন্দর প্রাণারাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়, কোটি প্রণাম। ভক্ত বৎসল ওগো লোকপাল, চির সুন্দর প্রভু কালের রাখাল। ভক্ত বৎসল ওগো লোকপাল, চির সুন্দর প্রভু কালের রাখাল। সনাতন রক্ষক রাখো ধরাধাম, সনাতন রক্ষক রাখো ধরাধাম। তোমারে প্রণাম করি, কোটি প্রণাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়ে, কোটি প্রণাম। ওগো চির সুন্দর প্রাণারাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়, কোটি প্রণাম। সত্তার পথধারী পুরুষোত্তম, যুগ সৃষ্টিকারী অনুপম। সত্তার পথধারী পুরুষোত্তম, যুগ সৃষ্টিকারী অনুপম। যা কিছু আমার আছে তোমারে দিলাম, যা কিছু আমার আছে তোমারে দিলাম। তোমারে প্রণাম প্রভু, তোমারে প্রণাম, তোমারে প্রণাম প্রভু, তোমারে প্রণাম। যোগীর শিবাঞ্চিত প্রাণারাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়ে কোটি প্রণাম। যোগীর শিবাঞ্চিত প্রাণারাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়ে কোটি প্রণাম। কোটি প্রণাম পায়ে কোটি প্রণাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়ে কোটি প্রণাম। ওগো চির সুন্দর প্রাণারাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়ে কোটি প্রণাম। ওগো চির সুন্দর প্রাণারাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়ে কোটি প্রণাম। কোটি প্রণাম পায়ে কোটি প্রণাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়ে কোটি প্রণাম, কোটি প্রণাম পায়ে কোটি প্রণাম। জয় গুরু।
Jai Guru. Devodhyati Da. It was wonderful. The way you have sung, it's coming directly out of the heart. जो कहते हैं कि दिल से जो गाते हैं ना, so कोटि प्रणाम. It was wonderful. So we are pleased and we are blessed that you are from his birthplace, and we are very happy for you to be here today as a part of our satsang and present such a beautiful song. I'll pray in the lotus feet of Sri Sri Thakur for the well-being of you and your family. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Thank you.
Now moving on to our next program. And for the next program, again, we have a song. It's a group song, which will be presented by our Sudeep Kumar Basuda, Paramesh Haldarda, Jog Ranjanda, and Hali Saharda. Jai Guru Dada. Stage is all yours. Please go ahead.
জয় গুরু।
Jai Guru.
আমার দুটি ছাত্র সংসদের পক্ষ থেকে আমরা তিনজনে আজকে এই সৎসঙ্গে একটি দাদার লেখা একটি ভজন আমরা করার চেষ্টা করছি। জয় গুরু। ওরা যাবরে বলু, ওরা যাবরে বলু, ওরা যাবরে বলু, ওরা যাবরে বলু, ওদের কথা কান্দিলে তোমার পথে
Dada, can you increase the volume little? हम लोग थोड़ा कम सुन पा रहे हैं. Jai Guru. Wow, what a great energy. It's reflecting energy from each one of you. आप लोगों ने जितना एनर्जी लगा के इसको गाया है, इससे पता चलता है कि आप लोग ठाकुर जी से कितना प्यार करते हैं. So it reflects. It was wonderful group song. What a coordination, I must say. It was awesome. आप लोग ऐसे ही ठाकुर जी से प्यार करते रहिए. एंड जब भी हमारा सत्संग हो, हमारे सत्संग में ज्वाइन करने का ट्राई कीजिए. I'll pray for the well-being of each one of you under the lotus feet of Sri Sri Thakur. Jai Guru. Now we'll move on to our next program, and we have for that we'll move on to Kolkata, India, from where we have Andrila Ghosalma. She's a student of computer science honors, and also she is aspirant for UPSC and preparing for that. I'll pray with Thakurji that she gets her success in UPSC exam, and she will be talking about her experience about Thakurji. Over to you, Andrila Ghosalma.
Joy Guru, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Very well audible. Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Andrila ma, we could not see you. Can you please turn on your video? Yeah, thank you.
Forum Dale Sricharan Amar Pranam, Formula Pujapujan Susukoroma Pranam, Forum Pujapat Siddhanta Sricharan Pranam, Acharya Forum Pujapat Siddhanta Sricharan Pranam. Firstly, I'd like to thank Momita Ma for giving me this opportunity. And secondly, what I must need to say, the ambience of this session, this satsang, and the people who are present here and trying to carry forward this session or satsang in this way, the energy, the courage, the love, the affection, what should I say? I don't know. That what I'm seeing, it's truly amazing. It deserves appreciation. I'm getting obsessed with this session. I was so much eager initially. How it can be carried forward. Like now I'm seeing that it's truly amazing. I must say to say. Okay. Now moving to my words. Okay. I'm trying to say something about Thakur, and whenever I get the opportunity to speak about Thakur, whenever I start speaking about Thakur, it's all about the love. It's all about the love we get, we receive, what is given to us, the magic. Actually, I believe in magic. I do believe in magic, and the magic is all about love here. We know so many. We have come across. We know so many examples, so many incidents, so many examples of uh, people that who were blessed to come across Thakur, and they were blessed to change their life with the love of Thakur. And firstly, I was initially earlier I used to think about what a magic about Thakur, and I've told it to number of times to everywhere that I got the opportunity. I was blessed to meet our respected Priti Prashanada, who is the son of Ritikacharya Keshtuda, Keshtu Krishna Prashanna Bhattacharya. And I was blessed to meet him, and I got the opportunity to talk to him for some time. And I was repeatedly asking him, what's the magic about Thakur? What's the beauty about Thakur? And what made you think that Thakur is the ultimate? And he was telling me, I'm just quoting his words. He was telling me, I don't know what should I say about the people who didn't even get the opportunity to meet Thakur, but I can only say about those people who were blessed to meet Thakur, that the love he gave us, the magic, the beauty he gave us. While he was saying this, he was talking about Thakur. I was just noticing his expression, the way he was conveying, the way, you know, the expression tells everything. The expression says everything. And the expression, I caught that expression. Probably, not probably, certainly, that's the thing, that's the beauty of Thakur. And he was telling, he was repeatedly saying, actually, whenever we come across with some people or the people around us, we actually it's extremely difficult for us to manage to those people who are surrounded with whom we are surrounded. It's so difficult for us to manage. And Thakur is the Lord, is the King of everyone. I know a person. He was telling me some other day that he was extremely mentally shattered, and he went to Thakur Bari and went to Pujapat Babai Dada, Rev Babai Dada, and got some opportunity to talk to him, some little talk, and he was asking him. He was saying him, I've done so many wrong things. Now I'm just gonna tell you that what I've done, what I'd done earlier, what mistakes I had made. Now it's all over to you. You can punish me, you can hurt me, whatever you want, you can do that with me. And I'm just quoting his words. What Pujapat Babai Dada says, what Reverend Babai Dada says. He said, why? My love isn't enough to change you. কেন ভালোবাসা চেঞ্জ করতে পারে না? And that sentence shook me. I just kept thinking how much love a person can give, how confident he is about his love he is giving to others, how much confident he is, how can be a personality like this. And again it comes the story of Thakur, that we know so many incidents. I was telling that earlier, that we know so many incidents that love had changed them. Love has forced them to change, to get changed. let's get started with a story, an incident actually. Mother, she just came along with his son. She was in a state of complaining. This boy, her son, never listens to her. Listen to her. He never used to listen to her, and she was in extreme state of anger. She just went to Thakur just to report him, just to complain him that Hassan doesn't listen to her. Thakur was sitting here. He was just sitting, and the soft gesture of him, and small gestures, the small gestures can change the life of anyone. So that mother, that woman, went to Thakur and started saying, "This my son never listens to me, never, and he has gone to a certain position that he keeps stealing money from his father. He has become so addicted to cinemas." Thakur kept looking at him, and the boy got so scared that he was just trying to escape from there. And Thakur asked him to come here. এদিকে আয়, ডাকছেন Thakur. And the boy then came. Thakur started asking, "You love watching cinemas? তুই সিনেমা দেখতে ভালোবাসিস? You love watching cinemas?" That boy said, "Yes, yes." Now he had got the assurance. Yes, yes. He said, "Yes, yes, yes." Thakur said, "Okay, you keep watching cinemas. I'll provide you the money." Thakur said. Now this woman, this mother, was astonished. What I'm seeing, whatever that was left over, that has also been gone. I've surely made a mistake. What I've done? What Thakurji is saying, he's going to spoil my child, she was thinking. Then the boy started watching cinemas, and Thakur started providing him money. After some days, Thakur asked him to come and said, "You keep watching. You just keep watching cinemas, and the story you are watching. If you are liking this story, tell it to me." And and it just became a habit of that boy that whenever he used to watch any cinema, he just came to Thakur. Used to come to Thakur and just started saying those stories of those cinemas. He just started saying. After a few days, this Thakur started becoming his center of love, his center of affection. Started becoming just that kind of love he didn't want to lose. That kind of affection he didn't want to lose. That kind of personality, that kind of inspiration he didn't want to lose. And Thakur caught that opportunity. One day Thakur asked him to come and said, "Hey, whatever you are seeing in these cinemas, just write it down." Now the boy has fallen into the trap, fell into the trap. What Thakur is doing with me? I don't even know what is ABCD. What should I read? What should I don't even know how to read. I don't even know the letters. How many letters are there? How many alphabets are there? He started thinking. Yes, he had fallen into the trap. But in the meantime, whatever love, whatever the amount of love, the amount of affection grew for Thakur, he thought, I should make a try. And he did that. And after a certain point of time, he started, he started reading those alphabets, letters, how to make words, how to make sentences, everything. And then he wrote it down. Then he came to Thakur, and Thakur was extremely happy, extremely, and the expression of him. After many years, actually, after many years, Thakur was in Deoghar, and this incident happened in when Thakur was in Pabna, Bangladesh, and the incident I'm talking about, the person, when he came again to Thakur, he was around 30 to 35 age. He was at the age of 30 to 35, and Thakur was sitting at the parlor. He said, "Thakur, can you recognize me?" Thakur was sitting there. Thakur said, "Kidare tui? Who are you?" Thakur asking. He said, "I'm that boy who was actually spoiled by your love. And now I'm the principal of a school. I've become the principal of a school." Love can change everything. We heard the word, we heard the sentence, we have learned this word. But how it can be implemented? It can only be seen in Thakur's life with his Acharya Parampara and all, whatever we are seeing. Next, I'm moving to another incident. I always keep telling incidents, practical incidents. I'm telling about the person whom I'm telling about. He lives in Satsang ashram. He lives in Satsang ashram. He was telling me some other day that he used to play chess. He was extremely fond of it. He was extremely fond of it. But the obsession, I don't know what should I say, the obsession or the passion or the love towards chess made him a sudden kind of blind, and he got so much ego in it. The ego started growing up in him, that he never wanted to get defeated by anyone. He always wanted to win, that I'll always be the winner. I'm talking about the time. What I'm talking about the time, it was Pichude was staying in Puri, and the person whom I'm talking about, he was also staying in Puri with Pichudev and Acharya family. The Acharya family was also there, and suddenly one day Acharya Dev came to him and said, "Hey, you love playing chess. তুই chess খেলতে পছন্দ করিস?" And that person, and that Dada, that Jethu, said yes. He just nodded his head, said yes, let's play chess. Now the game began. The game continued. And Pujapat Babai Dada, Pujaniyo Shipai Dada, Pujaniyo Bingi Dada, they were all present there, saying how far it can be done. So and after a few days, after certain point of time, that person, that Jethu, was telling me that I was noticing Acharya Dev was willingly just some random, what should I say? He was just willingly get defeated because he was mastering chess. He is mastering chess. And then he was telling me, and then I thought that if the Acharya, who's the Lord of everything, who's the owner of everything, if he can get defeated, then who am I? If he doesn't let his ego to win, then who am I? And then from that time, he just left this habit of him, and he never played chess from there. And he was telling me how Acharya stole this ego from him. within him, what was started growing up within him. This love, this affection that Acharya, that Thakur gave us, that Thakur gives us all the time. We just need to perceive that in our own way, that we are trying to, with this, maybe in kind of, in a certain way of doing satsang or discussion of Thakur or whatever we can do, this just to do with that. Actually, love is the only thing. Love, whenever I talk about love, it's I just already I've just already mentioned about the magic, and what's the magic in it. I'm telling you people about that. That I was some, actually, a doctor, a very renowned doctor. He was telling me some day that he was a very renowned doctor. I'm coming to his name at the last moment. Okay, he was telling me that it was in the mid of April or May, April probably, at the end of Ritik conference. He was staying in Deoghar at that time, and after after just after the completion of Ritik conference, he was heading towards home, and suddenly he heard a voice calling him, "Doctor." He just turned around and he saw Pujubar Baba Dada was there, standing there, and asking him to come. He just went there. Dada was asking, "Can you just give me one thing? তুই আমাকে একটা জিনিস দিতে পারিস?" So he said, "আগে আগে আগে." Dada, I don't know what Kumondul says in other language. He just showed a Kumondulu, and it was consisting of 78.5 gram, most probably. It was its weight was, and Dada said him, "Ke, just give me this exact weight with the exact amount of copper within it. Just give me this Kumondulu, exactly this Kumondulu." Just he was pointing, he was repeatedly pointing that the exact Kumondulu. Even he mentioned the weight, 78.5 gram. Then he said, "Age." Then he just headed towards Satsang Bazar and he started looking for that Kumondulu, but wasn't really getting that. After a certain point of time, he noticed a person was sitting there and looking towards him. And he asked him, "Are you looking for something?" He said, "Yes, I'm looking for this Kumondulu. Do you have one?" He said, "You just wait here for some time." Then he just went to his room and brought exactly the same Kumondulu and gave it to him. And he just again came back to Thakurbari and gave it to Dada. I'm just quoting the exact word what Dada says. I'm quoting his words. He said, "Thakurer ki doya." While receiving this, Dada said, "Thakurer ki doya." And the doctor started thinking, what's so special about this Kumondulu? What's so special about that? Anyway, he came back to Kolkata at that time. Then, after dealing with 17 OTs and I don't know how many patients were there, he was heading towards his home, and it was actually a close shave, a narrow escape from danger. He just met an accident. It was a close shave. He just remained unconscious, and the last sentence he heard, probably we should get that body out from here. The people who were present there, they were telling we should get the body out there. Anyway, he regained the consciousness after 2 days. And then, after a few days, his mother went to a renowned astrologer along with his chart, the birth chart. And she was showing it to the astrologer, and the astrologer, after after seeing that, he started saying, "Have you just come here to examine me, whether I know astrology or not?" The mother was astonished. She was extremely shocked. Why would I do that? The astrologer said, "The chart you have given me, the person whose chart he's dead. He's no more." Mother was surprised. That mother, he said, "No, this chart is of my son, and he's still alive." Then the astrologer was astonished. He was in a state of shock. Then again, he just went through the chart and said, "It can only be happened." I'm just quoting his words. "It can only be happened if যদি কোনো মহাপুরুষ নিজে যেচে 78.5 গ্রামের কপার তামা নিজে যেচে নেয়, then only this can be happen. 78.5 গ্রামের কপার নিজে যেচে কোনো মহাপুরুষ নেন, willingly নেন, নিজে যেচে, তবেই এটা সম্ভব। Now, what's the magic about that? What's the beauty about that? It's the belief, it's the love, it's the faith of that doctor towards his guru that that brought him here. Actually, what I have already stated from the very beginning, that the love, not only love Thakur gives to us, the love we give to him, we consist, we, what should I say, the love we should give to him, actually. That's the only way to get closer to him. That's the only way to get rid of every sorrow, everything, to get rid of everything, every adverse situation, any adverse situation, the love. Anyway, I won't waste my time, waste everyone's time, actually, by saying to make it very lengthy. I'll stop here by saying Joy Guru to everyone. It's my pleasure to be here, and I'm extremely blessed. I'm feeling extremely blessed and extremely honored to be here. Thank you, Joy Guru, to everyone.
Jai Guru. I think it was wonderful to hear from you. I think we are blessed to hear a lot of experiences, a lot of incidents, and the things that you talked about Thakurji. So we are blessed to hear that all. I would like to talk about, like you said, like mostly about the love. So I think it is love which is connecting us and everyone to Thakur. As much as we'll love Thakur, we'll get closer to him. So it is love because of which we are also calling him Love Lord. So he showers infinite love on everyone, and those who love Thakur, so they are very close to him, very, very close to him, and everybody, and that's what he says, and that's what everybody from Thakur's family, they say, love him, shower your love and you will get love. So with that, I'll pray with Thakurji for the well-being of you and your family, and hope you get all your success in your UPSC exam that you are preparing for. May Thakurji bless you with all the wishes that you want to achieve in your future. Jai Guru. Now we'll move on to our next program, and I think that is going to be very, very exciting. And for that, we are moving to New Delhi, India, and we have a very famous singer, Sandeep Mohanty. So I have heard him multiple times before also, and I think it's a long time since I have not heard him. And today I'm very happy to have him here. So Sandeep Mohantida, Jai Guru,
Jai Guru.
please go ahead. Stage is all yours. So
Jai
just to let everybody know, we are just going to hear two songs from Sandeep Da.
Okay. Am I audible clearly?
Yeah, you are very well audible.
Okay, thank you. So the song that I'm going to sing, it's a bhajan. It's written by Dhritiman Singh Da and composed by Pujani Babai Da. दीन दयाल ठाकुर दाता दयार मेरे प्रिय परम गुरु परम आधार मेरे दीन दयाल ठाकुर दाता दयाल मेरे प्रिय परम गुरु परम आधार मेरे मालिक शरण में तेरे ताड़न पीड़न भी आए हो मालिक शरण में तेरे ताड़न पीड़न भी आए जीवन पथ पर केवल सेवक मुझको बनाए इष्ट सेवा इष्ट कर्म सत धर्माधार मेरे इष्ट सेवा इष्ट कर्म सत धर्माधार मेरे दीन दयाल ठाकुर दाता दयाल मेरे प्रिय परम गुरु परम आधार दीन दयाल ठाकुर दाता दयाल मेरे दीनहीन दास तेरा भक्ति निष्ठा बढ़ाऊं दीनहीन दास तेरा भक्ति निष्ठा बढ़ाऊं सद्गुरु तुम हो समरथ सद्गुरु तुम हो समरथ प्राणन शक्ति जगाऊं पूर्ण पुरुष दर्द प्राण मूर्त निष्ठाधार मेरे पूर्ण पुरुष दर्द प्राण मूर्त निष्ठाधार मेरे दीन दयाल ठाकुर दाता दयाल मेरे प्रिय परम गुरु परम आधार मेरे पुरुषोत्तम जीवन नाथ परम प्रेमी शुभ वर्षी पुरुषोत्तम जीवन नाथ परम प्रेमी शुभ वर्षी शासन है विधि विधान शासन है विधि विधान परम दयाल शुभ वर्षी
ईश्वर प्रतीक गुरु प्रीति मुखर प्राणधार। ईश्वर प्रतीक गुरु प्रीति मुखर प्राणधार। दीन दयाल ठाकुर दाता दयाल मेरे प्रिय परम गुरु परम आधार मेरे परम आधार मेरे परम आधार मेरे। जय गुरु।
जय गुरु।
सुनो सुनो रे नगरवासी अनादि व अविनाशी आए हैं धराधाम। सुनो सुनो रे नगरवासी अनादि व अविनाशी आए हैं दयाल धराधाम। सुनो सुनो रे नगरवासी अनादि व अविनाशी आए हैं दयाल धराधाम। मिटेगा सकल ज्वाला हर रूप हर वाला बरसेगा सुधा अभिराम। सुनो सुनो रे नगरवासी अनादि व अविनाशी आए हैं दयाल धराधाम। सुनो सुनो रे नगरवासी अनादि व अविनाशी आए हैं दयाल धराधाम। नर नारी लीला मंगला गावो चौक पुराओ अंगना। नर नारी लीला मंगला गावो चौक पुराओ अंगना। आज आई है लगन सदन सदन करो प्रभु की आराधना। आज आई है लगन सदन सदन करो प्रभु की आराधना। सोहन सुरत सोहन सुरत सोहन सुरत सोहन सुरत मनोहर मूरत सोहन सुरत मनोहर मूरत सोहन सुरत। दर्शन कर मन होगा पुलकित आहा सोहन सुरत। दर्शन कर मन होगा पुलकित आहा सोहन सुरत। हरे हो अति अद्भुत लीला सद्गुरु समरथ की श्रवण मधुर सुख भान। अति अद्भुत लीला सद्गुरु समरथ की धरणि बने सुरभान। सुनो सुनो रे नगरवासी अनादि व अविनाशी आए हैं दयाल धराधाम। आज मिटेगा सकल वाला हर रूप हर वाला बरसेगा सुधा अभिराम। जाग जगाने की आई है लीला खड़ी शुभ बीत जाए ना। जाग जगाने कारण हो धारण प्रभु नारायण धरा अवतारण बंदो चरण बंदो चरण बंदो चरण बंदो चरण कर सुमिरण सब बंदो चरण कर सुमिरण सब बंदो चरण कमहर बन आए जाग जीवन आहा बंदो चरण कमहर बन आए जाग जीवन आहा बंदो चरण अरे हो पुरुषोत्तम गुण राज से मुखरित धरण बने सुरधाम पुरुषोत्तम गुण राज से मुखरित धरण बने सुरधाम आज मिटेगा सकल ज्वाला हर रुख हर वाला बरसेगा सुधाभिराम आज मिटेगा सकल ज्वाला हर रुख हर वाला बरसेगा सुधाभिराम सुनो सुनो रे नगर वासिया नारियों अभिनव आए दयाल भरा नाम सुनो रे नगर
जय गुरु.
जय गुरु संदीप दा. वाओ, यू हैव मेड द डे. आपने जो झूमने के लिए मजबूर कर दिया है, वो मेरे साथ साथ यहाँ पे जितने भी दादा और माँ लोग होंगे वो सभी भी वही फील कर रहे होंगे जो मैं फील कर रहा था. मैं झूम रहा था आपके गाने के ऊपर. The first song that you sung, it's kind of like it's like one of the favorite song for me. I have tried to sing in some of the satsang. I could not sing very well, but you made it to I was just singing it on the background along with you. It forced me, the song, the way you are singing, it forced me to sing from background, and I was singing along with you. That was amazing. I do not have any words to express my feeling.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. So you are truly blessed by Thakurji, and you really sing from heart. So I'll pray in the lotus feet of Thakurji for the well-being of you and your family, and hope to see you in our future satsang again, and we'll keep hearing from you. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru.
So now we are almost at the end of the day, end of our program, not the day, it's just morning for us. So next is again our speech, and for that we are going to remain in North America, and for that we are going to USA, and we have Srijan Banjarada. So a quick introduction for him. He's a graduate and settled in US for past 8 years, and he is very soon going to join the University of Connecticut for his electrical engineering. Srijanda, over to you.
Jai Guru. Jai Guru
Jai
Dada.
Guru.
Thank you so much.
Jai Guru.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a privilege to speak in Thakur Satsang, and congratulations to you and your family. And it's really pleasure to see you so energetic. It's been a year, you said you got initiated, and I see you're the most energetic person in this satsang. And thank you so much. I could see that. I could see that by your smile and the way you reacted in the satsang. It was really awesome. It's fabulous how we can see our satsangis grow very nice. So thank you so much for inviting me. I would try my best to present. My experiences about Thakur, and try to put it in a nice way as possible. So I'm a 28-year-old individual. I graduated last year I studied physics and electrical engineering in my undergrad, and I am going to do my electrical engineering master's at University of Connecticut this August. And throughout this process, up until now, I've been very blessed because I have Thakur on my side every single time. Right now, he's right on the side of me, even though we don't see him. Whenever we start to talk about Thakur, he's right there. Trust me, he's always right there. And I've felt that, and it is an amazing feeling. Today, I would be talking a lot from Satyanusaran because it has been my guide, my ethics book, my Gita, my Bible, my everything. So, and if I say something wrong, please forgive me because I'm merely learning right now. So the most important thing that I would like to say is because Dada asked me to speak about my experiences as a youth and how we be able to, bring more energies, more young faces in satsang so that we can elevate this path. And it is very nice. So for me as an individual, when I grew up, I went to high school in Nepal. So I was born and raised in Nepal. I finished my high school in Nepal, and I had this, since I was born in a Satsangi family. My great grandfather name is Dhruvarnath Joshi. And so I'm the 5th generation of Satsangi family, and it's been very blessed. And so for me, it's like, just all right, my mom, Srijan, go to the Thakur's ashram and do nam. And I used to go there, do nam, nothing, just nothing in my brain. I couldn't understand Thakur because I was a kid, I suppose. I couldn't analyze Thakur. I couldn't realize Thakur. I couldn't even understand what he has to offer. For me, he's just a god, right? So then in high school, now I started becoming interested in physics and electrical engineering, and everything was not made by God, but everything, when I come back home, my parents say everything is made by God. Not even a leaf moves without permission of Thakur. And then I'm saying, so Thakur created the whole solar system, the whole planets, the galaxies, the universe, and everything. And it was I couldn't comprehend it. But the thing I realized as I moved into satsang and grow old is I should not be dwelling into Thakur's power. That is not what we should, as an individual people, be doing. We should not be dwelling on what Thakur can give us. We should try to understand what Thakur is and what he's really trying to say to us. Because he had full opportunity to live his life, but he chose to live his life for others. He did not live his life for himself, but he lived life for others. And I think that is one of the most important things that we can learn from Thakur, is to be able to generate this feeling of selflessness. And our previous speaker, I don't know her name, but that was really awesome that you talked about love. I'm also going to say something about love, is because this love, it's a very vague word for me. It can be anything, but to love to a point, like to a concentrated point, like our Kendra, our Thakur, is our love Lord, and loving him gives me the ultimate joy to love everyone else. Is because I am selfless to Thakur, I feel like I can be if I become selfless to Thakur, and then I can be selfless to people around me. And so what I started doing was I started to sit down with my parents, and we talked about Satyanusaran, and we discussed about the lines, the verse. All right, what is Thakur trying to say when he's saying about weak-minded suspicion they can never trust? He's trying to say that don't be a weak-minded person. You just have to be strong. You're the son of the Lord, the God himself. Be brave, be bold, and move on. You can accomplish anything you want. And that is true. That is so true. I cannot be more true. And one of the most important thing that he says is in the first thing in Satyanusaran, "Oh, you would devotee be with the hopes of name and riches." Very important part there. Name and riches. Don't make me your Lord and Master. Beware if master you within awakens not. Master, center none you have, and deceiving you shall be deceived. So if we are here in this satsang for something out of Thakur, then I feel like we should not be in this satsang. Okay? If you want something from Thakur, please, like for me, if anyone in this world, please don't be devotee of Thakur, because that is not what he's offering. He's offering a way of life. This is not a religion that we are following. Nope. Thakur says in his opinion, religion is not, he doesn't believe in religion. He says to be real in nature is a religion. So you have to realize that, and you have to be real in nature to be actually a religious person. So Hindu, Christianism, Muslim, Mohammedan, Judaism, these are all norms of society that was made to bound us. But fascinatingly, Thakur says, I'm sorry, I'm about to open up that page where Thakur says about, he says, the state of all existence is dharma. And dharma never becomes many. And he doesn't believe, in his opinion, to speak about Hindu, Christian, Muslim dharma, etc. is wrong. He says it's wrong. Do we realize that? When we talk to people, oh, so what kind of culture is this? Oh, we're Hindu. We're not. That is wrong. Because Thakur says it's wrong. When we introduce Thakur to people, Thakur is not a Hindu, Thakur is not a Muslim, Thakur is not a Christian. He came as a human being, and he's trying to show people how to live as a human being. So I don't think religion comes to our place. This is a way of life. And now we are happy, we enjoy this way of life. See, if we would have dwelled into Thakur's power, we would never be able to enjoy the life, because we understand him, because we are trying to do what he wants us to do. And when we do it, we see the results changing people's lives. And that is what exactly means realization. So dharma is much of an expansion, is based on realization, to be real in nature. So I was trying to explain my friend. So I have a friend, Patrick Molerzuk. His parents came from Poland to US about 15 years ago. He was born and raised in America. And he has become my best friend since past 2 years. And he's a very, very fascinating person. So when I started to become friends, at that point, I was in a satsang. And the satsang was so important for me at that point is because there was Asis Basuda in that satsang. He was talking, and I was listening to him, and he said he went to Dilbar and he talked to Abhin Babu, and he asked, how can I motivate young generation to follow Thakur? And Abhin Babu said to Asis that you have to be very best friends with them. And that clicked on my mind. I have to be best friends with everyone around me without any expectation. So now what I did was I started talk to my friends, and then eventually I got a job at IT department at University of Connecticut as a student. And I was working, I met a friend, Patrick. We became very good friends. He graduated, he graduated as a chemical engineer. I graduated as a physics and electrical engineer. And then I found a job right after college, and he was having a hard time finding a job. So what I did, when I looked at him, when I hung out with him, he was really, really sad. And he doesn't even want to wake up in the morning. He doesn't want to feel like he wants to live. He's asking me, Srijan, what's the purpose of my life? And I am just like, what should I say to you? I have no idea. But then I think about Thakur. Thakur, what would you do in this position? What would you do if Patrick was your friend? And I was saying that deep inside me, and I started to do Nam, and I couldn't think of anything. And all of a sudden, I say, Patrick, maybe you should do an experiment, a 3 months of experiment. You should do a month. You should love everyone without any expectation. And I talk about another month, you should just tell people like why you were doing this. And in the third month, you should actually inspire people to do this. So let's do this. He thought that was a great idea. And all of a sudden, we start to exchange, we start to communicate with each other in a way where I felt like I think about Patrick every single time. I can't help myself. He's my best friend. I love that guy. And then the fact that he's going through this pain, he couldn't find a job, makes me wonder, like, what can I do to make this person's life easier? Because that's what Thakur told me to do. Because he says, you are responsible in Satyam, and he says, I am responsible for my past, for my future, for my nation, for my country, my community, and my friends. Now realize this, Thakur is not going to come down from above heaven, wherever he is, to bless us. He's not going to do that. It's upon us, our actions and our behavior, how it works. And then everything just comes in my mind so randomly. And then I start to talk about love with Patrick. And there is this one book I read by Ray Houseman. He's an English Ritik. He went to Dilgar, spent about 25 years with Thakur, and he wrote a book called Ocean in a Teacup. And I read that book, and in that book, he says, if you love someone, he says, love rapture in a moment of happiness or in a moment of emotion is not really a love. If you're feeling so happy right now, listening to my speech or listening to the bhajan that we were having, that is not love. That's what Thakur says. If you love someone, you have to show that your every words, your every action, your every word, your every dealing with people, everything has to show that love, has to bring that love in the table. You don't even want to say that I love you. You have to show them by action. And the third person should realize that they love you. And I think that kind of clicked with Patrick. And I said to Patrick, I just bought a house. This was about a month ago. I told Patrick, I just bought a house and I'm having a satsang in my house. And so I'm going to do that at 12 o'clock. So I might not be able to see you tomorrow. And he says, Srijan, if that's important to you, I will join. And I am like, this is so amazing, because I never even thought of inviting him, because I should have in the first place, right? This whole 2 years I was his friend. I never, ever, ever invited him to do the satsang, but I tried to do what Thakur would do, and that is totally wrong of me. I should have invited him to satsang a long time ago. And what I did was, I said, yeah, Patrick, please join the satsang. I'll send you the link. And he joins the satsang. And Patrick is a Christian guy, my friend, 22 years old. The only person I was able to persuade to join satsang online. He joins the satsang. I am enormously happy just because he joined the satsang, right? And then Gisela Ma speaks, adorable. She was talking about the life, about Thakur and Dada and what it was back in the day when people used to do question and answer. It was really exciting. And then Prashanada from UK, he spoke. He spoke about, I asked him to speak about love and meditation. He spoke elegantly about love. And he said why we need guru in our life, you know? And something he kind of mentions is that the first thing in the Satyananda Thakur says is, he says, the degeneration of humanity, this is right in front of Thakur's face. He says, degeneration, very important, degeneration of humanity began at the moment when the unseen God was made infinite. And that's Thakur saying, when you make an unseen God infinite, that's your problem right there. Why are you praying up at the sky, asking for someone else to come in and help you out? They're not going to come and help you out. It is you who are responsible for your past, your present, your future, and you have to do it. No one's going to help you out. But Thakur said, but I'll give you something. I'll give you something so that you can take it in every step of your life and ask questions, discuss about it, and then inspire more people. And I think it is that one person we need to inspire in our life. We don't even have to inspire thousands of people. I don't believe, like for me, after that incident with Patrick, I don't believe that I need tens of my friends to get initiated to Thakur. As long as I have my friend Patrick, understanding what Thakur is actually trying to say, I am basically fulfilled. It's just like, I don't even have to say anything now. It's just like everything is taken care of. So that night, when I had satsang, Patrick texted me, Srijan, can I come to your house? And he came to my house at 10:30 p.m. Okay. And we talked about Thakur up until 1 a.m. And I showed him, Ashton was right there. We talked to him and I said everything. And he was talking about what satsang, what happened in the satsang. He was really fascinated about it. And then I realized that moment, the importance of satsang. Pujapa Dada once said, satsang is a man-making factory. And I just happened to help Patrick to become the person that he's supposed to be. And he said to me the next morning, Srijan, everything now clicks. Everything clicks. I think the sole purpose of our existence as a human, this is not me, this is Patrick speaking. Sole purpose of our existence is to love and be selfless. And I am listening to Patrick, who just listened to this satsang for 1.5 hours, and he was able to articulate what Thakur has to say better than me. And I asked him, Patrick, I'm going to organize a satsang in August. Would you be able to speak? And he said, yeah, of course. And I gave him a Satyananda. Now I'm expecting my friend Patrick to give judgment about Thakur, even though he's not initiated. And that is for me, it's like, I feel like I just graduated from some college. That is the greatest accomplishment that I received from Patrick. It's just like the happiness that he went through. And he said, now, Srijan, when I wake up, I have purpose in life. He says, now, Srijan, when I wake up, I think about others. And before I go to bed, I think about myself. And I am just like, dude, I don't even have to talk to you anymore because you were so, I don't even have to say anything. And then that night I came back home and I was just like, I couldn't sleep. This is a sleepless night. I have this energy about like, why, what happened in that 1.5 hour satsang that Patrick just flipped. And then I realized it was that me, I was able to go there. I was able to make him my very good friend. I was genuinely helping him out. He's my best friend. I call him right now. He'll pick up my phone right now. He's asking, and we can meet up right now and we can talk about, and then whenever we meet up, we're talking about Thakur. We're doing jazzing about Thakur. We're talking about, so Patrick, what do you think about, the miseries, the pride and all this stuff? And he goes, this is relevant. Yeah, this is relevant. And I'm just enjoying, and I'm thanking Thakur, this is the enormous pleasure that you are giving me right now. And I say, Patrick, how are you feeling right now? He says, I feel awesome. I feel loving. I feel energetic. And I tell Patrick, how can I inspire people like us, like people like our age people, to feel the same way like you're feeling? How can I help them? And Patrick says, Srijan, I cannot say that right now because I have not dived into this way of life a little bit more. I would be able to give you answer once I have this understanding about Thakur. And that made me realize, dude, Patrick is a smart kid. He now wants to understand Thakur. And then that is what exactly Thakur wants us to do. Is he doesn't want us to dwell in Thakur. He doesn't want us to, just think about Thakur as a god, but he wants us to work actions. He says, uphold. What upholds the existence of an object is dharma. And Patrick said, existence is for love and selflessness. So I feel like, I want to urge all the satsangis all around the world that what I have learned in the past couple of months is, if I want to have some of my friends get initiated, if I want to have some of my friends to live the life that I am living, live happily that I am living, then I need to make sure that I hold that person by hand and not leave him, giving my genuine response, my genuine love to him, help him out in every single step of his life when he needs me without any expectation. And that is not just for Patrick, that has to be for the whole world. And that is when we as a Satsangi are so successful that we are able to present to another individual what is there in this world that Thakur has offered us. And this enormous, now Patrick is happy, I am happy. And it was a week ago and I couldn't resist myself. I felt like I had to say this to the whole world. And I called Priyam Boitita, who gave me initiation, like Sostani initiation about 6 months ago. I called him, Dada, this happened. And I called Prasanna, Dada, this happened. And he goes, Srijan, that is very good. But now you have to make sure that you hold his hands. You help him out throughout his life. You just don't stop right there. You have to go. You have to go until you feel like there's no stop line for this. There's no stop line until the day we have our last breath. Our job as a human being is to love, be selfless, and think about someone else every single morning when we wake up, and maybe think about ourselves when we go to bed. And I feel like this is how I perceive Thakur. Thakur is not my God. Thakur is my best friend. Thakur helps me make decisions in my life so that I don't yell at myself after 20 days. Why did I make that decision? Thakur is there to help me out. I was not really a good student when I grew up, but because I was so into that, because I was like, what Thakur said, that if I just measure what I've done, I would never be able to go forward. And that's in Satyanushan. And I stopped doing that. And I started just not thinking about the finish line, just work on it. I graduated. I got a job. I was able to get a good job. I bought a house. I got accepted to graduate school to one of the distinguished professor at University of Connecticut. And I'm just thinking to myself, how the hell did I get accepted to this program? I am not even qualified to be that professor student. And it's just like, how? And then I can ask this question how every single time, but it's just Thakur who's there holding my hand every single time. Whenever I'm making that bad decision, he pulls me. Whenever I'm trying to work hard, he pushes me. And I think for Thakur, for me, it's like he's one of my best friends who I speak to, I guess, when I meditate on Thakur. So I sit down like, how's it going? How are you doing? We never ask that, do we? When we go to Dilbert, do we ask, Dada, how are you doing? Did you have something? We always go there with our questions. Dada, I need to get married. Dada, I need to buy a house. Dada, I need to go to school. Can you give me answer? Like, why? We don't need that. Why are we putting so much pressure on their plate? Why don't we work hard? Why don't we do what he has said? It's right here in Satyanusaran. Why are we giving them trouble? You know, it is just, we have to be, because he's not going to come and then tell us there's not going to be any money around my room. Srijan, I am the Lord. I'm here to help you. No, that's not how it works. And sometimes when I'm talking to people in satsang, sometimes I feel very disappointed seeing, I've seen so many satsangs back in Nepal, back in India, in America, and all around, and I feel like, stop dwelling on Thakur's power and understand what he's doing and try to live life as Thakur would do. Thakur said, and then I'm thinking about myself, it's like materialistic world. Why are people so dwelled and they're not spiritual? I feel like materialistic world is engineering, and as an engineer, and I think it is a fascinating thing to have in our life. We have to have a material. See, we have an iPad, iPhone right now, or like a computer. That's why we're able to do satsang online. And that is materialistic world. That is engineering. How was that possible? Because of the hard work of individuals, like human beings like us. C.V. Raman, a Nobel Prize winning physicist from India, 1930, he won the Nobel Prize because he said, ocean is blue because light scatters an atom and then it just scatters blue light. That is the reason why ocean is blue. And his student, I think his name is Bhattacharya. I think I forgot his name, but his last name is Bhattacharya, and he was a student of C.V. Raman. He was studying PhD in physics. And then he was so miserable that he couldn't understand the purpose of his life. And then he met Thakur. And he asked Thakur, Thakur, nothing motivates me. And Thakur goes, what? So think about it. What really motivates you? And he said, Thakur, I read a book from this psychologist at Harvard University, who's teaching at Harvard University right now. And I found his psychology books really interesting. And Thakur says, why don't you print out that professor's big picture, put it in your wall, so that every morning you wake up, you see him and you want to be like him. And all of a sudden, the Dada was inspired just by that. He was trying to find some godliness in Thakur, but he found that it can be found within himself. And that is the most amazing thing. And he's a student of physics. And that makes me boggle. And then Thakur said, why don't we make a lab? So Thakur made a lab in Bangladesh, in Pabana, where they conducted scientific experiment. And Thakur said, whenever you go through all these crazy thoughts in your head, engaged in chemistry, engaged in physical science, engaged in mathematics, these will help you concentrate your brain in a way where you don't dwell around, where you don't scatter your brain around. So what I am trying to say is, yes, be materialistic, but at the same time, be so loving and kind and selfless that you use those materialistic world to help others. And that is how we control this. This is how we control this. That's what I think. And at the end, I'm sorry, I've been speaking a lot. I get excited when I talk about Thakur. And at the end, he says in Satyanusaram, I think this is a very beautiful thing, that the whole book is beautiful. I just can't get over this. So he says, if you feel pleasure in speaking about your ideal, this is at page 74, Satyanusaram, if you want to see this with me, he says, if you feel pleasure in speaking about your ideal, pleasure in hearing and thinking about him, pleasure in his order, pleasure in his affection, pleasure in his inattention, not attention, but inattention, even though he doesn't give you an attention, your pleasure, and the heart swells up in his name. I tell you surely, don't worry anymore for your elevation. Now, as a satsangi, if we are worried about our self-elevation, then now we can go to page 74, Satyanusaram. So what makes us not worry about our elevation is we have to be submerged in that ocean of love and nothing more, because the whole existence, the purpose of life, as by Patrick and by Thakur, is to love and be selfless. With that, I really thank everyone who gave me an opportunity to speak tonight. It was a really pleasure to bring up my experiences in front of everyone, and it is a privilege to be able to be speaking about Thakur, because it's just an enormous. I'm always speechless when it's about Thakur. So thank you so much, everyone. Jai Guru. Have a blessed day.
Jai Guru. So Yanda, I thought that when you are talking about me, that I have a lot of energy in me, but I feel when I see you talking about your love Lord, so I feel that your energy is 100 times, 1,000 times more than me. I don't have anything. I'm feeling
Dada,
I'm
because
just
of
feeling
you.
very tiny in front of you, you know. And
No,
the way the
no.
experience and the way you talk about Thakur, it's I have never felt somebody talking like that before. Though I have not heard so many, I have not attended so many satsangs, but I've heard many people talking about Thakur, and I love the way they were talking. But I think I have found someone today who is far beyond anyone else I've seen before. Truly inspiring. Truly inspiring.
Thank
So
you.
what a
Thank you
blessing
so
from
much.
Thakur ji
I
that-
try to do my best to present what I can. It is because of all of the love from the satsangis that I am inspired, I'm motivated. Because Dada himself, like 2 years ago when I went to Deoghar, he said, attend every satsang you can. That's what he told me. That's the only thing he told me. And he smiled at me for 2 minutes and he said, attend every satsang you can. And I think, like, with my experiences, if I'm able to inspire even one individual, that is the purpose of satsang, to be that. And I feel like I am inspired by you. And I saw the bhajan that bhajan was there, the alochana was there, is very inspirational. And I feel like this whole satsang environment is nothing but inspirational mode.
And I'm feeling too much inspiring today after listening to you. Really, I'm saying from my heart. So that was truly amazing. And
Thank you, Dada. Thank you
I
so
think
much.
it will definitely help me, grow more, love towards Thakur, and what I was following. I think it will be far more than what I was doing before.
It's my pleasure, Dada. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
So with that, I'll pray in the lotus feet of Sri Sri Thakur for the well-being of you, your family, and wish you all the best for your new degree or course that you are going to pursue in your future. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru.
We are almost at the end of our satsang, but there is a request from one of our Dada, who is from Ranchi, Kisan Devda. So he wants to present a song. So we will just try to hear from him. Kisan Devda, you're there? किशन दा आप म्यूट पे हो, आप अनम्यूट कर लो प्लीज. अभी भी आप म्यूट पे हो. हाँ.
हेलो, जय गुरु.
हाँ, जय गुरु दादा.
वॉइस ऑडिबल है सर?
हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल ऑडिबल है.
थैंक यू. इतना शॉर्ट रिक्वेस्ट में आपने दिया हुआ है मुझे चांस. फीलिंग सो ब्लेस्ड. हो जागा लोगों ने लो तोरा जागना ओरी, जागा लोगों ने लो तोरा जागना ओरी, धीर भीषान महापुरुषी डाक दिए जा भुवन जुड़े, जागा लोगों ने लो तोरा जागना ओरे, जागा लोगों ने लो तोरा जागना ओरे, धीर भीषान महापुरुषी ডাক দিয়ে যায় ভুবনে জুড়ে জাগা লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে জাগা লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে স্বস্তি তো পনে পুব গগনে শুভতি ভাঙারা মন্ত্রণে স্বস্তি তো পন পুব গগনে শুভতি ভাঙারা মন্ত্রণে মুক্তি আলোয় ভরলো ভুবন দেখ না তোরা রে মুক্তি আলোয় ভরলো ভুবন দেখ না তোরা রে জাগা লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে আধারে ভোরা রাত্রি গেল জাগরণের লগন এলো আধারে ভোরা রাত্রি গেল জাগরণের লগন এলো মুক্তি পথের যাত্রী তোরা চল না এবারে মুক্তি পথের যাত্রী তোরা চল না এবারে জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে পথে হারানোর ভয় তো গেছে দেখছে ওই দয়াল নিজে পথে হারানো ভয় তো গেছে দেখছে ওই দয়াল নিজে বিভোর দানের পট্টি দেখান পরো মাধুরী বিভোর দানের পট্টি দেখান পরো মাধুরী জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে অমৃতময় সে পথ ধরি চলতে হবে সবাই ওরে অমৃতময় সে পথ ধরে চলতে হবে সবাই ওরে সেই চলনে এনে দেবে মুক্তি সবাই রে সেই চলনে এনে দেবে মুক্তি সবাই রে জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে প্রবৃত্তির শাসন যিনি চলনা প্রভুর জয় ধ্বনি প্রবৃত্তির শাসন যিনি চলনা প্রভুর জয় ধ্বনি সস্তা প্লাবী প্রেমে বারে বাদনা তাহারে সস্তা প্লাবী প্রেমে বারে বাদনা তাহারে জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে জাগার লগন এলো তারা জাগনা রে আহার লাগি আকুল হয়ে চলে সবারে সাথে লয়ে আহার লগি আকুল হয়ে চলে সবারে সাথে লয়ে ইষ্ট প্রতিষ্ঠাতে পাবো মুক্তি মোরারে ইষ্ট প্রতিষ্ঠাতে পাবো মুক্তি মোরারে জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে এবারও ভয় চরণ লোভী শান্তি পাবি স্বস্তি পাবি এবারও ভয় চরণ লোভী শান্তি পাবি স্বস্তি পাবি নামামৃত সুধা প্রাণী ধন্য হবি রে নামামৃত সুধা প্রাণী ধন্য হবি রে আর কতকাল আরে আর কতকাল কাটাবি দিন ও বহলাই রে জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে বিধির ভীষণ মা বৈশুরে ডাক দিয়ে যায় ভুবন জুড়ে বিধির ভীষণ মা বৈশুরে ডাক দিয়ে যায় ভুবন জুড়ে আর কতকাল ঘুমিয়ে রবি মিথ্যা প্রবন্ধে আর কতকাল ঘুমিয়ে রবি মিথ্যা প্রবন্ধে জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে আ আ জাগার লগন এলো তোরা জাগনা রে। थैंक यू दादा जय गुरु।
जय गुरु दादा, आपने बहुत अच्छा गाया। मतलब ये हार्ट टचिंग था मैं समझ तो नहीं पाया, बट जो आपका म्यूजिक का जो धुन था, जो आपके सॉन्ग का ये था, सो मुझे ऐसा हो रहा था कि मैं थोड़ा शेक कर रहा था माइंड से ऐसे, तो मैं थोड़ा झूम रहा था। मुझे समझ में नहीं आया, मैं नहीं समझ पाया, बट इट वाज वेरी नाइस। आपने जो परफॉर्म किया, इट वाज वेरी नाइस।
थैंक यू।
जय गुरु। मैं ठाकुर जी के चरणों में प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि आप और आपकी फैमिली जो है अच्छे से रहें।
थैंक यू दादा, जय गुरु।
आज का हमारे सत्संग का लास्ट प्रोग्राम, वी आर इन आवर लास्ट प्रोग्राम, नॉट लास्ट प्रोग्राम, दिस इज जस्ट वी विल गो फॉर जय राधे राधे कीर्तन and followed by Dhwani by my daughter.
Jai Radhe Radhe Krishna Krishna Govinda Govinda Malore. 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 Radhe Govinda 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 bole sada ডাকরে Radhe Govinda 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 bole sada ডাকরে Jai Radhe Radhe Krishna Krishna Govinda Govinda Malore. Jai Radhe Radhe Krishna Krishna Govinda Govinda Malore. Charore mon kaput chakuri badone balo hori hori. Charore mon kaput chakuri badone balo hori hori. Hori Nam Parama Brahma Jiveri Mul Dharma. Nam Parama Brahma Jiveri Mul Dharma. Adharma kukarma charore. Hori Nam Parama Brahma Jiveri Mul Dharma. Adharma kukarma charore. Jai Radhe Radhe Krishna Krishna Govinda Govinda Malore. Jai Radhe Radhe Krishna Krishna Govinda Govinda Malore. Charore mon bhaver asha arapana me karore resha. Charore mon bhaver asha arapana me karore resha. Radhe Govinda Ramti badone loye. Govinda Ramti badone loye. Nayono nire sada bhasore. Radhe Govinda Ramti badone loye. Nayono nire sada bhasore. Jai Radhe Radhe Krishna Krishna Govinda Govinda Malore. Jai Radhe Radhe Krishna Krishna Govinda Govinda Malore. Radhe Govinda 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 bole sada ডাকরে. Radhe Govinda 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 bole sada ডাকরে. Jai Radhe Radhe Krishna Krishna Govinda Govinda Malore. Jai Radhe Radhe Krishna Krishna Govinda Govinda Malore. Charore mon kaput chakuri badone balo hori hori. Charore mon kaput chakuri badone balo hori hori. Hori bol Hari 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 Ram Parama Brahma Jiveri Mul Dharma. Ram Parama Brahma Jiveri Mul Dharma. Adharma kukarma charore. Hari Ram Parama Brahma Jiveri Mul Dharma. Adharma kukarma charore. Jai Radhe Radhe Krishna Krishna Govinda Govinda Malore. Jai Radhe Radhe Krishna Krishna রাধা বল 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 রাধে গোবিন্দ নামটি বদনে লয়ে গোবিন্দ নামটি বদনে লয়ে নয়ন নীরে সদা বাসরে রাধে গোবিন্দ নামটি বদনে লয়ে নয়ন নীরে সদা বাসরে জয় রাধে রাধে কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ গোবিন্দ গোবিন্দ বলো রে জয় রাধে রাধে কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ গোবিন্দ গোবিন্দ বলো রে রাধে গোবিন্দ 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 বলে সদা ডাকরে রাধে গোবিন্দ 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 বলে সদা ডাকরে জয় রাধে রাধে কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ গোবিন্দ গোবিন্দ বলো রে জয় রাধে রাধে কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ গোবিন্দ গোবিন্দ বলো রে জয় রাধে রাধে কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ গোবিন্দ গোবিন্দ বলো রে
वन्दे पुरुषोत्तमं
वन्दे पुरुषोत्तमं
वन्दे पुरुषोत्तमं
वन्दे पुरुषोत्तमं
वन्दे पुरुषोत्तमं
वन्दे पुरुषोत्तमं
परम प्रेम में श्री ठाकुर अनुकूल चंद्र जी की
जय
परम प्रेम में श्री ठाकुर अनुकूल चंद्र जी की
जय
परम प्रेम में श्री ठाकुर अनुकूल चंद्र जी की
जय
परमाजा जगत जननी श्री बड़ी माँ की
जय
परमाजा जगत जननी श्री बड़ी माँ की
जय
परमाजा जगत जननी श्री बड़ी माँ की
जय
परम पूज्य पास श्री बोरदा की
जय
परम पूज्य पास श्री बोरदा की
जय
परम पूज्य पास श्री बोरदा की
जय
परम पूज्य पाद आचार्य देव श्री दादा की
जय
परम पूज्य पाद आचार्य देव श्री दादा की
जय
परम पूज्य पाद आचार्य देव श्री दादा की
जय
सत्संग की
जय
सत्संग की
जय
सत्संग की
जय
वंदे पुरुषोत्तमं
वन्दे पुरुषोत्तमं
वंदे आज पितृम
वन्दे आर्य पितृं
वंदे मातृवर्गं
वन्दे मातृवर्गन्
वंदे हम कृष्टि देवतम
वन्दे अहं कृष्टिदैवतं
वंदे पुरुषोत्तमं
वन्दे पुरुषोत्तमं
वंदे पुरुषोत्तमं
वन्दे पुरुषोत्तमं
परम प्रेम में श्री ठाकुर अनुकूल चंद्र जी की
जय So we are officially ending our satsang.